Okay, what's going on, everybody? It's been a long while since I've done a video, and I know last time I did one, I was like, oh, well, maybe like Monday we'll have the room tour video, and this is not the room tour video. And I had just way too much to get done. I had a lot more stuff to clean down here because, and you guys have really just kind of seen the room that I read and write in, but outside of here, there's the whole basement, and there was just a lot of stuff out there, and we've been cleaning stuff, moving stuff around, and I've been busy with that, and I've had writing to do and work stuff and a whole bunch of stuff, and it's just I've just been like crazy busy, and like we've got a ton to do. Like for example, like we've got like a treadmill out there that doesn't work anymore. That we had the thing for 30 years, and go figure, it stops working when I need it again because I go to a regular gym, but my gym had lost power the other day, like a month ago. I don't know. It lost power. And I was like, oh, of course, I'll just exercise at home. I used to use this treadmill all the time. Plugged it in. It would not work. So goodbye, old reliable. So that thing's dead. And it's big, heavy, like fancy treadmill. Like we've got to take it apart. I don't even know where to begin with it, but we've just got a ton to do. And I just never really, like, it's gonna take me a while to go through all this stuff. I mean, like, let me turn my I'll give you guys the little like overview. Ignore some of the mess, like this styrofoam I have to throw out. I saved it because I thought I was gonna do something with it, and we're not anymore. But where to oh my god, like I've just got so much stuff. Like this is all the stuff I have not seen yet. These are just empty boxes. I took the movies out the boxes and put them on the shelf so I can move them around easier. But these movies I have not seen yet, a couple books at the bottom that I might read soon. These are all like graphic novels and photography books towards the bottom, and my small vinyl record collection that's shrunk since I sold a bunch. But I'll just give you guys like a little bit of an overview just because I've been talking about this for so long. Then I'll get to the point of the video. But a few things I've not been able to organize, but this shelf is more or less like my favorites, my favorite authors, blah, blah, blah. But don't look too closely because some stuff is not in alphabetical order. I only alphabetized so far the Cornell Woolrich books, which start right here and then end right here. And those are in alphabetical order, but everything else is not organized yet. I just kind of, on this specific shelf, everything else is pretty much organized. On this specific shelf, I organized up to Cornell, and then I just had to like set things down just to try and make room. So we've got like William Friedkin's memoirs, and then my William Peter Blatty books, Vladimir Nabokov, etc. Other favorites, Stephen King at the bottom. And then now here is, I guess, where I'll show you guys something that the project that I'm working on in this episode, this vlog, whatever. So these movies are, I've seen pretty much everything that's here. There might be some exceptions, like if something's in a 2-pack and I've only seen one of the 2 movies. But starting up here with movies that go by numbers, like 3 Women, 8 Mile, 8mm, 10 to Midnight, etc. It's all in alphabetical order, going from there all the way down to here, ending here with Zoolander. And then this is my favorite directors over here. Check out the Roman Polanski autograph, of course. So, a few things that are not in order. I've just been lazy. I have not put away these movies I got from Andrew that I showed you guys in the last video. And I've not put away my chain reactions for some reason. Now, over the years, let me take a seat here actually. Over the years, I've gotten some loose discs. Andrew has sent me a bunch. These are just discs that I've come across. Like, he sent me the Predator movies, and what was funny was I actually forgot I even had those. So then when I ended up watching Predator, I was like, I guess I'll just stream it. And then, but then I ended up getting the Predator movies on that nice like 4K set. So I've got like some extra Predator discs and a few movies. I'll be honest, I got some bootlegs just on these data discs. And I've got like just a million discs that I've collected over the years. And a lot of these movies I have wanted to watch, but they're so easy to forget about when you have them on a disc. Because especially like I have some in this I got from Half Price Books, and I've got like 3 of these thingies, these disc holders, and I've got a million movies. And I just would forget that they were there. Because, I come down here, I want to watch a movie. I'm like looking through these things. I'm like, what do I want to watch? So I just, I was looking through them. I was like, why didn't I watch this one? This one sounds cool. And I started a project. So Andrew has sent me a few of the like DVD wraparounds that he like printed out. These are for the Evil Bong movies that I have. I think they're in here. And these are for Evil Bong. He sent me a few of those that he printed out, and he printed out these ones here for me too, like breeders. I just started this project yesterday, and then I realized this would be a good project. So I have a bunch of DVD cases. What I am going to do is at Disc Replay, they have, they're pretty much everything, if it's $10 and under, is buy 3, you get 1 free. They've got clearance DVDs. I'm going to buy a bunch of them, and I'm going to take them, and I'm going to fix everything. So I've already started like putting some discs into like these. Like, for example, I don't know exactly where a couple things are because these are not labeled, but Andrew sent me this recently, the triple feature of Mean Girls and Clueless and She's the Man. And of course, I don't want to just throw it on my shelf as under G for Girls Rule. I want to have each one individually. The set came with 3 discs, so they're somewhere in here. I had a few of these dusty, like, you could probably see how dusty these DVD cases, so I put some in there. And then Andrew had also already like printed me out like years ago. I just never put these together. He printed me out like the artwork for Breeders, for Troll 2. So he sent me the disc for Troll 2. He also sent me this one. Andrew, if you're watching this, this says Troll, and then it says Best Worst Movie. So I don't know if this is the first Troll and Best Worst Movie, or if the movie is called Troll Best Worst Movie. Like, I think that's a making of part 2, so I don't know, but I had this one, so I like put it in there. So that's sick. But I've got all these here that these already have discs in them. And then I've got these ones here that I already put together. The Troll 2, and then Breeders, Lust for Freedom, ATM, Panic in Needle Park, Demons 3, and Cruel Jaws. So these are just the artwork. Andrew printed them out. And some of these are bootlegs. Some of them are the actual disc. I think Demons 3 here is an actual disc. So I've got just this project. I just thought, like, you know what? Maybe we'll do this. So that way, when I do the whole tour and I get to them, I'm not just like, well, this is a bunch of stuff, who knows? Or, I'll just show you guys the disc. My goal today is I am going to get some more cases. I'm going to print out some more artwork. And we are going to get as much of this done as we can today. I'm going to count here in a second just how many cases I need. I'm going to go through this and we'll see. I won't bore you guys. I'll do that, off camera. But mini tour, of course, before I cut to the next clip, since I already showed you guys all this stuff, the need to watch, comic books, whatever, favorite shelf, movies I've seen, favorite directors at the bottom. We come over here, and these are all books. These are starting with anthologies and collections up here from multiple authors. The Alfred Hitchcock presents books that are just kind of, these are like the only ones that I really did not alphabetize. There's just way too many, and they're all kind of like Yellow Umbrella. They're all like the same. Peep the Robert Stack autograph. And then anything here in these little sections, these are movies that I like moved up in the rotation that I'll like probably try and watch soon. And then here are more collections continuing from up there. So this shelf is pretty small right here, so some of these did not fit in here, so I had to like skip a shelf. So it goes down there, and then we get to fiction starting with A, and it goes through there, and then all this is in alphabetical order of fiction. And then we get here, this is here temporarily because I moved my Beatles stuff up here because I do want to do like a Beatles collection video. So all this except like a couple of magazines here are Beatles related stuff. I don't think they're going to be up there for too much longer. We'll do a video on those, and then we're continuing fiction from there to it stops with this book here, Gwen and Green. Never read it, but that's where fiction stops. It's all in alphabetical order by author, last name, and then by book title. And then it starts here with John Wayne Gacy. I think this is written by his lawyers or something, but I haven't read this one either. But that's where we start with fiction, starting with A, and then we go all the way down to the bottom, and that's all in alphabetical order. And of course, my standing desk, I'm going to get rid of these right here. I'm actually, part of what I'm going to do today is I found like the last few comic books I didn't need. They were like in a box somewhere, and then I have these lunch boxes. I think they came in like some mystery boxes or something that I bought at C2E2 before. I don't need those. I'm going to see if they'll take it at half price books. Of course, we got the new desk here, and then we've got well, a ton of stuff. We've actually got two different racks in there in that closet. This is stuff I still have to organize. Most of that over there is original art or art prints, whatnot. But we'll go more in depth with whenever we actually do the room tour. But I'm just showing you guys some what I've been up to. These are just some Gemini mailers that I ship comic books in. I know you guys from this angle, you'll see like some novels here. Those are like my personal copies. I think all but like a few my own books that I've written, maybe like a couple here are like extras, but then pretty much everything else you're seeing here, these are all my self-published comic books, and those like the mailers I used to ship them in, some other knickknacks like trading cards, pins, wristbands from back in my comic book self-publishing days. But yeah, so I've been busy, as you guys can see. I just want to give you guys a little overview. Kind of like it's like the pre-tour. So you guys took a pre-tour, okay? We will have like the more in-depth tour, but this is today's project of for these ones. I'm gonna be looking up and printing out the artwork for them, and then I'm gonna count these in a minute here and see how many more cases I need. I don't know how many they have at Disc Replay right now in the clearance section. Sometimes I've gone, they've had like a few. Sometimes I've seen like 100. I have not gone there in like, I don't know, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like whenever I did like the last video, like, hey, here's a vlog, I'm at this replay, like that was like the last time. So yeah, I'm gonna end up going there. What time is it? It's almost 8 o'clock as I start this vlog. So they're not gonna be open for a couple hours. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to try and be productive. I'm going to try and get some writing done. I did start writing a new book. I won't blab. I won't talk you guys' ears off about it. But I did, and shockingly, I worked on a new comic book script. So I've been busy with writing, busy with a bunch of things. But yeah, this is like my next project. Just because, you know, when I give you guys a tour, I want to give you guys a tour. I don't want to give you guys a tour and then be like, oh, and then we'll just kind of gloss over this. I mean, no, there's some good stuff in there, and we'll get that done. Hopefully today. Maybe this vlog will stretch into a couple days. I don't know, but I'm gonna count first how many more cases I need. I'm gonna go and hopefully find all those cases, and then yeah, well, I'm gonna count those. I'm gonna write, and then we'll go to Disc Replay, and hopefully I won't buy anything else. I won't be tempted to buy anything else. I don't think I will. But, you know, I'll make a small detour at Half Price Books. Just like I said, I've got like those 2 lunch boxes. I think they'll probably take them. I think I've seen those sold there before. We'll take those. Just a few comic books. I'm not even going to do the whole like guessing game of how much you think I'll make from it. Because I think they'll give me like $3. I'm not taking a lot of stuff. It's probably like 10 comic books. They're just junk comic books. And there's the 2 lunch boxes. I really don't think it's going to be like anything worth guessing at. It's going to be like $3. It's going to be like $3 if they even take them. And that's just going to be towards the, we're buying some DVDs. Yeah, that's just going towards like the buying the DVDs for the, just for the cases. And also the discs that I do get with those DVDs, whatever they might be, I think I am just going to keep those discs just in case I'm buying them and I'm just like, oh, well, this movie's garbage. I'm just throwing it away for the case. But then, like, if it turns out, like, no, wait, that might actually be a good movie. Like, we'll just keep the disc. I don't know. Maybe it'll be like an endless cycle. It'll be like a cycle of like, I buy these DVDs to put the DVD on the side and use the case for a different DVD, and then years later I'll have to do the same thing and buy one for the first one that I originally took out the case. Like, maybe it'll be an endless cycle. But you know what? I think I've rambled enough. We're almost at 15 minutes so far, and I haven't even left my basement. So you guys get the idea of what we're up to today. and I will be back when we are at disc replay. Alright guys, I didn't get any footage from inside the disc replay, but I feel like every time I come here, guys, they always want to hassle me. It's always something with these guys. So you guys probably remember in a past vlog, I think I mentioned something about like when I bought some movies, and here it's buy 3 get 1 free if it's $10.99 and under. And you probably heard in one of my first times coming here, since I moved to this new location, there was one time where I bought some and they gave me like the 99-cent one as the free one. So they've always honored that. And then I get here and the dude's like, no, we can't do it on those. Those ones aren't part of it. I'm like, you guys always, it's always part of it. It's always been part of it. It's always $10.99 under. Nobody here has ever said, oh, but it's $10.99 under unless they're on clearance or something. So I don't know, guys, but I can't think of a single place that would have DVD cases like in person at a store. I've never really even like seen them like oh, here's just some empty cases. So I did find on Walmart's website they do have like 50 of them for like, I think it's like $28.95 or something. So honestly, that's probably the better deal. Anyways, I'll just order that. I'll do a little looking around, but that's just what I found like real quick. So I oh, and I ended up getting like $11 and some change, by the way, so anyone that's wondering about half price books. But right now, I don't know what all I'm gonna do. I'll probably print out some more artwork, but I don't really have enough cases. So maybe we'll like save this. I'll save this footage as like a part 1, and then I guess I'll just update you guys when I have part 2. When I have the when I have more when I have the cases and I could actually take care of this, because like, yeah, this is bogus. I don't know. It was just strange. And the dude went to call his boss and went to like the back of the store, so I couldn't hear the phone call. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was rude, because like the boss here is a cool guy, but he wasn't here. And I was like, should I just try to call him? I mean, I talked to him on Instagram before when I had the previous problem with the employees here. And he's like, oh, no, there's no point. He's not going to do it. I guess I'll call him. He goes to the back. He's back there for like 5 minutes, then comes back up to the front. I'm just like, all right, why'd you have to like disappear for the phone call? I don't know what he was saying, but I got like bad vibes from this guy. I don't know. I just thought it was rude. So yeah. Anyways, I will record more, and I guess this vlog's gonna stretch over a few days when I get the cases. Okay, guys, I'm redoing part that I already recorded. I recorded like 10 minutes. And it was more like disc replay drama, and I just kind of like, I was like naming names and stuff, and it kind of just wasn't the way I wanted to conduct myself on this channel. But there was like a bit of like a drama update, because I messaged them directly on Instagram about this. Like, I might have been overcharged then, when in the past when they've given me the 99-cent one is free instead of like a $4.99 DVD, because if those aren't part of the sale, then why are they part of the sale when you buy other things? And it just felt like kind of a little fishy, as though they're making us overpay if they technically don't want to honor the buy 3 get 1 and give you the $4.99 DVD free, which is usually their cheapest DVDs are like $4.99, besides the clearance ones that are 99 cents. And I messaged them for clarification and just also tell them how rude their employee was to me. And then the owner himself replies calling me a douchebag, and I left them a Google review. And then the owner replies again to the Google review calling me a douchebag. So yeah, I will not be going back there. And that was a huge debacle and kind of out of left field. Did not see that one coming, but the cases should be coming today from Amazon. I also want to say, like, small businesses always want to, they always wonder, like, why does Amazon beat us? Why does online shopping replace us? Well, maybe it's because you guys are such jerks and you think you're the king because you own like a little video store. I mean, I know that they're not going to go out of business over me, but I'm just saying, like, used DVDs is so niche right now, and there's all this talk. Like, I did some podcasts about it with my buddy Andrew. There's all this talk about, like, will they even make any more DVD players in the future, any Blu-ray players, 4K players. Discs are going away, and I just don't know how many customers you can afford to lose. I don't know, and word of mouth spreads, but yeah, I don't know. I just think small businesses, if they really want to compete with big businesses, like you guys just got to do better. You can't just be assholes to everybody. But that's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm not gonna like name names or anything, but yeah, the DVD cases should be here tonight. I don't know how much I'm gonna record today because I got to get some stuff done. I am gonna go see the new Spider-Man movie with my brother and sister. Now, I really don't care usually to see comic book movies. Like, I outgrew that like 10 years ago. But I still see some of them with my little brother and sister, like especially when we saw Superman. Now, I really did enjoy Superman. Like, most of these superhero movies just are not for me. Like, sorry guys about the glare again, but I mean, I'll just be honest, like, it's just, I'm just not big on them anymore. There's just nothing at stake really in a superhero movie. It's just kind of just like corporate slop, in my opinion. It's like nobody dies or stays dead, and nothing really matters, and I don't know, I just don't get the enjoyment out of it like I did when I was a kid. It's just like everything's always the end of the world. That's like the only story they could tell is oh, it's the end of the world this time in the multiverse, and everyone's coming back to life, everybody's dying, but then they come back to life. I just don't like them. But like, there's certain instances where like I've enjoyed it, some of them still. Like the new Superman movie, I did really enjoy that, but there's some nostalgia factor here because that so I'm gonna take you guys back to maybe 2013 or 2014. So my younger sister, I'm 7 years older than her, and being like 7 years older than her, we didn't really like bond a whole bunch. We didn't really have much like in common. And so we just were never really close, okay? So back in 2013-ish probably, I'm like 16 and she's like 9. And I was reading a Superman comic and I left it on my bed. And I shared a room with my younger brother. And I think she went to our room to see him. But she saw the comic on my bed and she just started reading it. And she became a big fan of Superman and Supergirl. And we just kind of bonded that way. And anytime she had to do like a book report or something in school, or just write any sort of paper in school, she would write about Superman and Supergirl. And it was just kind of like our way of bonding. That was what me and my little sister bonded over. And so because it was a new Superman movie, I did go to see it, and I did enjoy it. It was a good movie, and I just enjoyed how much she enjoyed it, and it was just a good time with my siblings. So that's like an exception where I'm just like, yeah, you know what, I really enjoyed that one. And I'll be honest, like these new Spider-Man movies, I haven't like loved them, except I really did like the last one because it had all 3 Spider-Man in it, and that was just like, it's just a nostalgia factor when I end up really liking these ones, because like I grew up with the Tobey Maguire Superman, Superman, what am I saying, Spider-Man, and I just really enjoyed seeing him back, and it was just cool seeing all 3 of them in the same movie. So it ends up just being a nostalgia factor for me, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be all right. At least everybody's giving this good reviews. I guess it'll at least be all right. But you know, I'm just happy to go hang out with my little brother and sister. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm gonna go see Spider-Man, and the DVD cases are supposed to come at some point today. I've got a few things I really got to get done before the movie, but soon we'll be putting all these together. So that's the little update for now. Okay, what's going on, guys? I won't lie, I'm very tired, and I kind of forgot like where I left off with this video. I've just had a busy day today, and then I just spent a bunch of time putting together the custom DVD covers. So I'm going to show you guys what I have done so far. It's been a very productive day. So nothing's in order yet. And I still now I have to go through and find like places for everything, okay? And there's a few that I have not found any artwork for. That's what this little pile is. But we've got all this stuff. So I think I showed you guys before, right? Here I still have the artwork for it. This DVD set that I got from my buddy Drew with Mean Girls and Clueless and She's the Man. So I have those all printed out and put them together, so that's pretty sweet. And then These are all, like I said before, probably, some of them are loose discs, some are bootlegs, and yeah, I just finally put them together. I just had these sitting around for years, and also, I guess on the topic of bootlegs, probably people might want to know, pretty much all the bootlegs I have are movies that were out of print and not streaming, so there was no way for me to support the actual creators. The only people that missed out on my support by me getting a bootlegger would just have been just resellers on eBay. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I had to get that out of the way. I don't know, I'm sure people were going to ask in the comments, but things are every which way, because I had like 3 of these things just filled up with them, and I had a bunch in this thing, so nothing's in alphabetical order yet, but they will be, and they'll be in the correct spots. So the Rage Carry 2, I haven't seen this one, but it's a recommend from my buddy Drew, of course. Pretty much all the ones I haven't seen here are recommends from Drew. This is Texas Chainsaw 2022, which I did enjoy. Actually, I liked it. I haven't seen it since then. It's been 4 years. It feels like it was just the other day. But I did like that one when I saw it, actually. And I haven't seen it since, but, now that I have the nice custom cover put together, maybe I will soon. We've got The Fly 2. I did have, and where's my copy of The Fly? It's around here somewhere. I did have that big fancy Fly box set. There's my other copy of The Fly. I did have the big fancy box set. I think that was actually one of the first ones I ever pre-ordered, was that big Scream Factory box set that came with whatever the original 3 Fly movies are from like the 50s and 60s, and then with these 2 Fly movies. Now, these were the only 2 that I actually liked, so I ended up selling the box set. There was just no reason to, like, why would I have a 5-movie box set if I don't even like the first 3 movies? I really love The Fly so much. The Fly 2 is good, nowhere near as good as the first Fly. I really remember liking the ending of Fly 2, and I just kind of, because I think it had like the big, I've only seen it once, it had like the big like fly monster at the end, and I was like, man, that actually, like, if they started at the end with like the craziness with that fly monster, like, I think that it actually would have been better, because there was a little bit of like standing around talking, but not a bad movie by any means, when it comes to like horror sequels. But I forgot which stack I was even pulling from, so we'll just go from here. Which we got Rock Show, and then Demons 3, have not seen this. Troll 2, I have not seen Troll 2 or even Troll 1. And we got Breeders. I know nothing about it. Lust for Freedom, I know nothing about it. Might be, what is this? Probably like an action women in prisons movie. I don't really know. ATM. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually curious about this one. How do you make like an ATM horror movie? I don't know, but I'm actually pretty interested in that. The Panic in Needle Park, and Cruel Jaws. So then I'll just move to this stack over here. Creep Show 3, which I did watch this one maybe in like 2022 or 3. I remember it wasn't as bad as everybody said. It was actually all right, but yeah, I don't remember too much about it. I just remember it being all right, and a lot of people hate on it. Black Christmas, I do love this movie a lot. It's got like 3 cuts. I think I've seen 2 of them, but yeah, I really do dig Black Christmas. But there's one cut, I forget which one it is. I think it's like a European cut or something that's actually better than the regular theatrical cut. We got Cemetery Man, really fun movie. We've got The Hunt. I have not seen this. And we've got all the Evil Bong movies. And yeah, I have not suffered brain damage yet. I have not seen those. And then here we are with Miss 45. Now this one is a bootleg, but I'm actually I am gonna pick up the Arrow video release, but I just have not done that yet. I actually didn't even realize I had this, because the only time I've seen this movie, I actually streamed it. And just with all these loose discs and or bootlegs being in like these thingies, I never usually looked through them, so I even forgot I had this. I printed it out anyways just to put it together, because I was just trying to get every loose disc into a case, and I figured, why not? I'll just print this page. But I do want to get the Arrow video one, And actually, for a few of these, I have been looking up some of the actual releases because I want to get them now. Like a few that I had seen just on a bootleg or something that eventually I'm just like, you know what, I do need like the actual release. Like I think the only one I didn't put in any of these cases is Better Watch Out. One reason being I didn't find the artwork. Some website wanted me to like sign up, and I just, I've just been Googling. I just Google like the artwork wrap, and you could find most of them. Like I said, there's a pile here where I couldn't find them, but for Better Watch Out, I think a website wanted me to sign up, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to sign up. But Better Watch Out, that is one that I did just put in an offer for before I started recording this on eBay. So Miss 45, I am going to pick it up. I think it might even be on sale at Barnes & Noble right now, so maybe I'll check that out. But yeah, some of these I do want to get the legit versions of. And speaking of ones I did have legit versions of was Night of the Creeps. I did have an actual release of this. I don't know if it's still in print or not, but me and Drew were doing a trade, and he wanted my copy of it, so I was like, sure, I'll give it to you. And then I ended up getting the bootleg back, but I might end up tracking down just a regular copy, which I did already have in the past, but gave it away in a trade, and then I got this one. A couple of them here, like I said, guys, are not all bootlegs. I do have legit discs. Like, see, there's the source code disc, and Brothers has the disc in there, but source code, I know nothing about it. Drew sent that over. This one was a Drew pick, Brothers. He told me a little bit about it. I do dig the cast, but like you could see, yes, some of these are legit discs. And then we've got the Menu. I still have not seen this. Jack Frost 2. I still have not seen this, but I do really dig the first one. Deathstalker and Deathstalker 2. And then we've got Creep. This one actually has Creep and Creep 2 in there, but I print out the artwork just for Creep 1. So, now that I've gone through that, what else should I show you guys? Well, what I'm going to do, I haven't done it yet, but what I'm going to do, I guess, so some of these, I couldn't find artwork. They either didn't have artwork uploaded at all, or they've never had like a physical release, and I couldn't find any like fan art. I did find like some fan art of some of these that were like customs, but unfortunately these ones I couldn't find anything. So over there we have the Mr. McMahon documentary, and I think seasons like 1 through 3 of Dark Side of the Ring. I'm not really a wrestling fan, but I did research a few years ago just some old school wrestling stuff for a project I was working on, a comic book I was writing, and I ended up watching like a bunch of just older wrestling videos, and they were all like very entertaining. And then I was just kind of disappointed. I'm like, I don't know, like this era of wrestling is like way in the past. And but Drew recommended me like a bunch of stuff, like some episodes of Dark Side of the Ring, which I ended up watching. There, at least at the time, they were all on like YouTube and Tubi, and you could find them easily. And I'm not sure if they're still up. But also that Mr. McMahon documentary that I did support it, even though that's a bootleg. I did watch it on Netflix, okay, and I really liked it, and I just wanted a copy of it in case it ever goes away, because that's the thing with these streaming thingies, and everything's digital, and they could take it away at any time, and we've already seen them take away like things that people paid for. They paid for a digital copy. And then I forgot, I just saw the article the other day, and I think me and Drew might have even talked about it in a podcast we did, but when they took down like 500 movies that people paid for because it was digital, and like, my license expired, bro, sorry, you don't get it anymore. So that's why I just had it for longevity. Now, since it doesn't have a release, I didn't find any art or fan art, so I'm probably just going to take a piece of paper and just put it on the spine. And then some of these others, this one's Hard to Die. Sorority House Massacre 3. We got Mardi Gras Massacre. Let's see what else we have here. Demented 1980. So these ones are all going to get slung on the spine. Durfan. Inside. I think that's from 2007. I was getting excited because I did find like a few different movies that when I was looking up Inside DVD cover wrap artwork print file or something convoluted like that, and I was finding a million different movies called Inside. I was like, Drew, which one is it? What year? He's like, 2007. I was like, oh my God, that's the one they don't have. Let's see, The Empty Man. Oh, this one's a disappointment for me because I love this movie and they do not have any artwork for this. It does not have a physical release. So Mr. McMahon situation here. That's why I had to have this, and I didn't find any fan art. Well, I did see one thing. I saw like a fan like Criterion art that was just like the front, but I didn't print it out because I'm kind of autistic. Like, but then there'd be no spine or back cover. But that was all I found for The Empty Man. This is a really great movie. I haven't seen it in years, but I am due for a rewatch. Let's see, Spring Break Massacre. I know nothing about it. I think Drew just sent that one over. Castle Freak 2020. The original Castle Freak I did not like. I only saw it once. I do want to give that one another shot, but I have to track it down. I sold my copy, and this is, I guess, a remake, reboot, sequel. I don't know, from 2020. I haven't seen that one. And then let's see, Paranormal Activity, Tokyo Night. This one, this I guess, what was this, like a fan film or something? It doesn't have any actual Blu-ray release or anything. I didn't find any art for it. So, like I said, I'll probably just put something on the spine. But I did watch this one, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It's better than a few of the actual Paranormal Activity movies. And then the final one, Champagne and Bullets. Never seen it, but I think this might be one of those movies that's supposed to be like so terrible that it's actually really great. So now I have the task of putting all these away, and I am already running out of space. As you can see over my shoulder, this is the have not seen it stacks, and yeah, it's growing. There's not a whole lot of room left, but I think probably I could fit most or all of these on there. Probably there's a couple that's gonna go on the I have seen it shelves, and already I feel myself like running out. Like, let me give you guys like the little like rundown here. I'll even zoom out a bit for you guys. So like Zoolander, we end with Z right there. These shelves right here are my favorite directors. We got Brian De Palma, and we got David Lynch, and Roman Polanski, and William Friedkin, and Stanley Kubrick. But I did get rid of some of them, but I've kept these ones here. But I am gonna get the big fancy box set, and so that's gonna be like, I'm gonna get some, because I don't like that it's gonna slide in and out of the slots with that box set. I think that's really just bleh. And so I am gonna get some Blu-ray cases, that probably like 6-disc Blu-ray cases, and then I'm gonna print out art for that, and then I'm actually gonna have them like that instead of in the box. But those are gonna go right there. So these are my favorite directors right here. Everything is actually in theatrical release order. At least I think I got it right. And and peep the Roman Polanski autograph. Sorry, I just had to brag about that. But so Zoolander ends there. This was a shelf that was holding like the bootlegs and then my like 2 DVDs. And so I'm gonna start moving some stuff down to here and make more space. A tip for you guys is always leave some space. I leave some space like between these seats, so like you could, after you watch something, you could like add something, you just slide them in. But I really fear that I'm going to be running out of space again. So I'm just going to make like a big gap and just start moving down like a lot, and we'll probably have like some bigger, more noticeable gaps so I could fill this in. Because especially, after I've got all that stuff behind me and most of the loose discs and bootlegs I just showed you guys. So I don't know, once I start like watching these, and it's just going to fill up, and I already feel myself needing another bookshelf. So yeah, guys, okay, I know it's been a while since I did a video. I just been busy, and I have been wanting to do the room tour. So once these are all put away, we'll have a room tour. And funny enough, I think in the last video I said, oh well, I'll probably have the room tour on Monday. Well, today's Friday. I'm gonna have a busy weekend, I already know. So maybe Monday or maybe Tuesday. If you guys don't see a room tour by like Tuesday or Wednesday, it means things have gone horribly wrong. Okay. But thank you all for watching. I just thought this was like a fun little project to do, and I would just show you guys what I was up to.